Welcome back to part 4 of the indefinite integration series. Today we are going to learn three new formulas. So here are the formulas. First one, integration of 1 upon x square plus a square with respect to x is 1 by a tan inverse of x by a plus c. The second one, 1 upon x square minus a square, the integration of that is 1 upon 2a log of x minus a upon x plus a plus c. And integration of 1 upon a square minus x square is 1 by 2a log of a plus x upon a minus x plus c. Now the proofs for these three formulas are quite important, so let's do them one by one. The first one, integration of 1 upon x square plus a square. So let's consider that and treat it like any integration problem. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take a square common from the denominator, so I will write that outside as 1 by a square. So what effect does that have inside? X square upon a square is what you get in place of x square because you've taken a square common, so x square becomes x square upon a square or x by a the whole squared plus a square. Because it's been taken common, you will be seeing a 1 over there in place of a square since a square has been taken common. Now what is this format? This format is basically this format. Integration of 1 upon 1 plus x square, remember, is tan inverse of x, because remember derivative of tan inverse of x is 1 upon 1 plus x square. So this expression dx upon 1 plus x by a whole squared is just the same expression but with a coefficient attached to x, or a linear expression. Instead of x you have x by a, so it will follow the same formula. So you will get tan inverse of x by a, but you will divide by the coefficient of x. What is the the coefficient of x? The coefficient of x is 1 by a, so you will divide by 1 by a. Remember the 1 by a square outside, so 1a cancels, right, with a square, and you are left with a 1 by a tan inverse of x by a plus c as is required. Okay, now let's come to the second proof. You have dx upon dx upon x square minus a square. Now since the solution or the formula contains a 1 by 2a, let us take the liberty and of hindsight and multiply and divide by 2a. So we've multiplied and divided by 2a. At the same time I write x square minus a square as x minus a into x plus a, algebra, right? Now I'm going to express the 2a in terms of these two expressions. So I will write this 2a as x plus a minus x minus a. So if you look closely, x minus x goes away and a minus or minus a becomes 2a. So I've expressed 2a as x plus a minus x minus a. Now I'm going to split this across the minus sign. So in this side you get x plus a getting cancelled, so you're left with a 1 upon x minus a. On this side you have x minus a getting cancelled, so you get a 1 upon x plus a. Now what is the integration of 1 upon x minus a? It is log of x minus a. What is the integration of 1 upon x plus a? It is log of x plus a. There's a minus in between, so log a minus log b, you know, is log of a by b. So it becomes 1 by 2a outside log of x minus a upon x plus a plus c as is required. Now let's quickly see the third proof as well. You have 1 upon a square minus x square. You have to integrate 1 upon a square minus x square. So I will multiply and divide by 2a again, because if you see your formula has a 1 by 2a. So I multiply and divide by 2a. Now I'll express 2a in terms of these two terms again. So I will write 2a as a minus x plus a plus x. So you look closely, a plus a becomes 2a and minus x plus x gets cancelled. And so that is how you are able to express 2a in terms of these two terms. And now we split this up just like in the earlier case. Here you will get 1 upon a plus x, here you will get 1 upon a minus x. There's a 1 by 2a outside, remember. Now what is the integration of 1 upon a plus x? It is log of a plus x. What is the integration of 1 upon a minus x? It is log of a minus x. But remember the coefficient of x is minus 1, so you have to divide by the coefficient of x. So you divide by minus 1. You would say we didn't do something like that here because the coefficient of x over here was plus 1, so you didn't have to divide by plus 1. Even if you do, it doesn't make any impact. This one will create an impact. What is that impact? There will be a minus sign in between, which will make it log a minus log b, and so you will get 1 by 2a log of a plus x divided by a minus x plus c. So these are the three formulas that we'll be dealing with today. Also, we are going to deal with type 4. What is the type 4? Sums of the form 1 upon ax square plus bx plus c, or px plus q upon ax square plus bx plus c. We will see some problems based on the three formulae that we learned today, and also these two types that I just told you. So let's see the first question. The first question is integration of 1 upon x square plus x plus 1. Now it is of this format, the very first type, 1 upon ax square plus bx plus c. Now remember, in such sums of this type 4, you have to ensure that the coefficient of x square is positive 1. In this particular case it is. Once it is confirmed that the coefficient of x square is plus 1, then we will complete the squares for this quadratic equation. How do we complete squares? The last term of that, the missing term, for in order to complete the squares, the formula for that is last term equal to half into coefficient of x the whole squared. Now what is the coefficient of x? It's 1. So half into 1 the whole squared will be 1 by 2 the whole squared, which is 1 by 4. What do we do with this 1 by 4? We will add and subtract 1 by 4 in the denominator, meaning we will take this expression in x square plus x, we will add 1 by 4, and from 1 we will subtract that 1 by 4. So we have made the adjustment for 1 by 4 by adding and subtracting it. Now what happens in x square plus x plus 1 by 4? This becomes a perfect square. So you can even write this as x plus half the whole square. Now how does that come really quickly? The square root of x square is written here, the square root of 1 by 4 is written here, and the sign of the middle term is carried down. So x plus half the whole squared is what you get here. And 1 minus 1 by 4, so that becomes 4 minus 1 upon 4, so that's 3 by 4, which can be also written as root 3 by 2 the whole squared. Now what do we do with this? This, my friends, is the first formula. 1 upon x square plus a square is 1 by a tan inverse of x by a. Just that in place of x now we have x plus half the whole squared. In place of a we have root 3 by 2. So 1 by a, so 1 by root 3 by 2, here you go, tan inverse of x plus half, that's x, the whole divided by a, which is root 3 by 2. Now we just simply rewrite this as 2 by root 3, just flip this 2 up, tan inverse of, we take LCM here, so 2x plus 1 the whole upon 2, that 2 and this 2 will get cancelled, so you'll get 2x plus 1 the whole divided by root 3 plus c as your answer. Now let's come to the second problem. Now again we have a quadratic equation here, 1 upon 9x square plus 6x plus 5. Now as we discussed earlier, you have to ensure that the coefficient of x square is 1 plus 1. So currently we have a 9, so we'll take that 9 out common, so it will go out as 1 by 9. 9x square will become x square, 6x will become 6x by 9, which simplified becomes 2x by 3, plus 5 will become 5 by 9. Now once that we've ensured that the coefficient of x square is 1, let us complete squares. So the last term will be half into the coefficient of x, so half into 2 by 3 the whole squared. So 2 and 2 got cancelled, 1 by 3 becomes squared and becomes 1 by 9. So this 1 by 9 will be added and subtracted in the denominator, or best we can just split this 5 by 9 as 1 by 9 plus 4 by 9 is what we've done here precisely. Now this x square plus 2 by 3x plus 1 by 9 has become a perfect square, so we write that as x plus 1 by 3 the whole squared plus 4 by 9 is written as 2 by 3 whole squared. So now this is again 1 upon x square plus a square, the very first formula. So that will be 1 by a, so this 1 by 9 is kept out as it is. 1 by a becomes 1 by 2 by 3 tan inverse of x plus 1 by 3 the whole divided by 2 by 3 plus c. Here 3 got cancelled with this 9 3 times, 3 2s are, you get 6, so there's a 1 by 6 outside. tan inverse of, you take LCM, so 3x plus 1 the whole upon 3, and this 3 gets cancelled, so you get 3x plus 1 the whole divided by 2 plus c. Now let's mix it up a bit now. Question number 3, we have to integrate 1 upon 4 plus 4x minus 3x square. Now, as discussed earlier, again we have to ensure that the coefficient of x square is plus 1. Currently it's minus 3. So I'm going to take a 3 out common. Now you'll ask me, why didn't I take minus 3 common? Okay, we could take minus 3 common as well, but I'm doing it this way. So I take 3 common, so there's a 1 by 3 outside. 4 will become 4 by 3, 4x will become 4x by 3, and minus 3x square will become minus x square. Now, we still have to ensure that the coefficient of x square is plus 1. Currently it is minus 1. So 1 by 3 into integration of 1 upon, we keep this 4 by 3 as it is, but between 4x by 3 and minus x square I take a minus common. So I get in the bracket x square, and this plus 4x by 3 will become minus 4x by 3. Now again we will find the last term to complete the squares in this bracket. So half into coefficient of x is minus 4 by 3, so 2 got cancelled with minus 2 times, so you get minus 2 by 3 whole square, which becomes 4 by 9, and this 4 by 9 will need to be added and subtracted in the denominator. Now how do we do that? Let's add 4 by 9 in here. So 1 by 3 is outside as always, dx the whole divided by, now x square minus 4x by 3, I add that 4 by 9 inside, but actually I have not added 4 by 9, effectively I have subtracted 4 by 9 because there's a minus sign outside the bracket. So even if this is plus 4 by 9, or at least it appears as plus 4 by 9, effectively it is minus 4 by 9. So we will have to add a 4 by 9, so we will add a 4 by 9 outside, which gets added with 4 by 3. So we take LCM over here, 9 and 3, the LCM is 9. We will have to multiply the 4 by 3, so 3 4s are 12, 12 plus 4 upon 9 here, and this will become x minus 2 by 3 the whole squared, which is a perfect square, so which is why we could write that way. 12 plus 4 is 16, 16 by 9 is written as 4 by 3 whole squared minus, and this is x minus 2 by 3 the whole squared. Now this is your third formula. 1 upon a square minus x square is 1 by 2a log of a plus x upon a minus x. So this 1 by 3 as it is, into 1 by 2a, so 1 by 2 into a is 4 by 3, into log of a plus x, so 4 by 3 plus x minus 2 by 3, the whole divided by a minus x, so that's 4 by 3 minus x minus 2 by 3. Here 3 and 3 got cancelled, 2 into 4 is 8, so there's a 1 by 8 outside, log of, now if you see, we can multiply throughout by 3 here as well as here, so 4 minus 2 will become 2, and x gets multiplied by 3, so that becomes 3x, so that's 2 plus 3x, the whole divided by, I multiply by 3 here as well, so I've multiplied and divided by 3, so here the adjustment makes it 4 minus of minus 2, that makes it 6, and this x becomes 3x, so with a minus sign, so 6 minus 3x over here. Now let's come to question number 4. Now this is that particular type, if I could just show it to you again, it's integration of px plus q upon ax square plus bx plus c. So there is some linear expression in the numerator and a quadratic equation in the denominator. So this is what we do in the type. Now question number 4 is exactly that type. You have a linear expression in the numerator and you have a quadratic equation in the denominator. Now 1 minus 3x upon x square minus 9, when we set out to solve it, we will try to get the derivative of the denominator in the numerator. What is the derivative of the denominator? It is just 2x. We currently have a constant and an expression in x. We don't need the constant because the derivative of x square minus 9 is just 2x, so we don't need this constant. So first of all, we will split this across the minus sign. We'll split the denominator across the minus sign. So you'll get 1 upon x square minus 9 minus 3x. I keep the minus 3 out, so there's a x inside and you have x square minus 9. Now you know the derivative of x square minus 9 is 2x, so I will want to get a 2 over here, so I'll multiply and divide by 2, so that this becomes f dash of x upon f of x, something that we've learned in the earlier videos. Now the first half of the sum is simply 1 upon x square minus 9 is written as 3 square, so that is 1 upon x square minus a square. That's your second formula. 1 by 2a log of x minus a upon x plus a, and that is precisely what I do here. So 1 upon 2a, so 1 upon 2 into 3 log of x minus 3 upon x plus 3 minus 3 by 2, and this is f dash of x upon f of x, so that becomes log of denominator, so that's log of x square minus 9 plus c. Now let's slightly complicate this. In question number 5, you have integration of x plus 4 upon x square plus 6x plus 10. Like I said, when you have this type where you have a linear expression in the numerator and a quadratic equation in the denominator, we'll try to see whether we can get the derivative of the denominator in the numerator. The derivative of the denominator is 2x plus 6, so we need the x term as well as the constant, so we are not going to do any kind of splitting that we did in the earlier sum immediately. First of all, we'll construct or try to get a 2x plus 6 in the numerator. For that, first of all, I'm going to multiply and divide by 2. So I multiply and divide by 2 to make this 2x plus 8, but what do we want? We want 2x plus 6, so we'll just write this 8 as 6 plus 2. So 2x plus 6 is in a bracket, plus 2 is written outside, and then we will split this across the plus sign. So half into integration of 2x plus 6 divided by x square plus 6x plus 10, plus this half is going to continue ahead, so plus half into integration of 2 divided by x square plus 6x plus 10. Now the first half of the integration sum, the first half is clear cut, it is f dash of x upon f of x, so that is ready. Let's get the second half ready as well. So this half and this 2 has got cancelled, and now this particular expression we will do like any sum that we've done earlier. So we'll try to get the last term, we'll try to complete square, so last term will be half into coefficient of x, so that is 6, so half into 6 the whole squared, so that's 3 square, which is 9. So we'll add and subtract 9 in the denominator, or we could just split the 10 as 9 plus 1, which is what I'm going to do in the next step. So in the next step, the first half is written as it is, the second half becomes x square plus 6x plus 9 plus 1, and x square plus 6x plus 9 is x plus 3 the whole squared, and this 1 is written as 1 squared. So that is 1 upon x square plus a square. Like I had already mentioned, the first part of the integration is simply f dash of x upon f of x, so that is log of the denominator, so that will be this half into log of x square plus 6x plus 10, plus this will become tan inverse of x plus 3, because that's 1 by 1 tan inverse of x plus 3 upon 1, so I don't have to write that 1 there, and that is how we solve that sum. Now let's come to the last question. We have integration of 3x cube plus 4x square minus 5x plus 7 the whole divided by x square plus 4x plus 5. Now if you see the power or the degree of the polynomial in the numerator is greater than that of the denominator, so in such cases I had told you right in the very first video that we have to divide the numerator by the denominator, and that is precisely what we'll be doing here. So I take the numerator as the dividend and the denominator as the divisor, and I will try to divide this. So I want 3x cube, I have x square, so I introduce a 3x for all the three expressions to multiply with it. So x square into 3x becomes 3x cube, 4x into 3x becomes 12x square, and 5 into 3x becomes 15x. And now we subtract, so 3x cube minus 3x cube gets cancelled, 4x square minus 12x square becomes minus 8x square, minus 5x minus 15x becomes minus 20x, 7 comes down as it is. Now I'll try to get a minus 8x square, so I introduce a minus 8 in the quotient, so 8x square into minus 8 is minus 8x square, 4x into minus 8 is minus 32x, and 5 into minus 8 is minus 40. I'll change the signs, the minus becomes plus, the minus becomes plus, this also becomes plus, so minus 8x square plus 8x square got cancelled, minus 20x plus 32x is 12x, 7 plus 40 becomes plus 47, and we very well know that dividend upon divisor is quotient plus remainder upon divisor. Your integration sum is in the form dividend upon divisor, so I will change it to quotient plus remainder upon divisor. So your integration sum now becomes quotient, which is 3x minus 8, plus remainder, which is 12x plus 47, divided by the divisor, which is x square plus 4x plus 5. Now if you see the first part of the integration sum is very simple. The integration of 3x we know, the integration of 8 we know very well. It's the second half that we need to do as per type 4. You have a linear expression in the numerator and you have a quadratic equation in the denominator. So we will try to get the derivative of the denominator in the numerator. The derivative of the denominator is 2x plus 4. Currently we have 12x plus 47. So first of all, let's try to get a 2x here. So instead of keeping this 12, we will take a 6 out common and make it 2x. So when we take a 6 out common from this entire expression, this 12x becomes 2x, but then the 47 becomes 47 by 6. Then we will have to add a 4 and subtract a 4 because we want 2x plus 4. So we've introduced a 4, so we adjust it by subtracting 4. So the first half, 2x plus 4, is now the derivative of x square plus 4x plus 5. So that is one integration sum. The first part is a separate integration sum which is just waiting to get integrated, but it's just waiting for all this to clear up. So this will get integrated. Now even this is easy because this is f dash of x upon f of x, that's ready, plus this 6 into, now this 47 by 6 minus 4 needs to be done. So 47 minus 24 the whole upon 6, and meanwhile the denominator x square plus 4x plus 5, you'll need to complete squares over there. So that's basically the last term is half into coefficient of x, which is 4, the whole squared. So half and 4 goes 2 times, so 2 square becomes 4, which means we need to add and subtract 4 in the denominator, more like splitting 5 as 4 plus 1. So the first half is written as it is, the second half is written as it is, the third half becomes 23 by 6 because 47 minus 24 the whole upon 6 became 23 by 6. So this 6 outside and this upon 6 gets cancelled. Meanwhile we'll write the 5 as 4 plus 1 as I told you earlier. So that x square plus 4x plus 4, that becomes a perfect square, so that becomes x plus 2 whole squared, plus this 1 is written as 1 square. So that is 1 upon x square plus a square formula that we've learned. Remember there's a 23 which will go out, the 6 and 6 has got cancelled as I told you. Now so let's integrate now. So 3x, the integration will become 3x square by 2 minus 8, integration is 8x, plus 6, this is f dash of x upon f of x, so that is log of x square plus 4x plus 5, plus 23, and this is 1 upon x square plus a square, so 1 by 1 tan inverse of x plus 2 upon 1. We need not write those ones because they are inconsequential, and that is your entire answer. For more videos, I will soon be uploading in a couple of days. Until next time, goodbye.